And we welcome you to Ann Arbor. We're just underway. No stoppages yet. First 100 seconds of this one. Derek Walton hits the three to give Michigan a 5-4 lead. Mike Tirico, Dick Vitale, Allison Williams, Maryland, number 3 in the country, off the dramatic final second victory in Madison on Saturday against Wisconsin. Michigan trying to beat one of the good teams. They have lost by double digits to the best teams they've played this year. And Zach Irvin on the board for Michigan.
You know, Walton hit that big three, and John Beeline was telling us before the game, we want him to shoot more. He shoots 52% from the trifecta. Free ball will be big here today for the Wolverines.
The way they're going to have to pull an upset. Duncan Robinson's one of the best three-point shooters in the country. Irvin, a three.
They can shoot the three, man. They can flat out shoot it, better than 40%. And they'll shoot a lot of them. Oh, they love them here. They're jumping with jaw. They know Mike Tirico's in the house. Super Mike.
They're glad to have you back in the state of Michigan. 6-0 run. For those of you just joining us who watched the end of the Kentucky game, Layman's pass deflected by Robinson. Good energy to start. Irvin on the push.
Oh,
his pass is saved. They're not going to give Robinson any room to get a shot off. Jake Layman starts with a defensive assignment.
They're going to have to get some screens for him. Robinson, one of the premier three-point shooters in America.
The step-back three from Mark Donnell is off the mark. He had a big game against Illinois, a 26-pointer to open the conference season for Michigan. Foul on the outside on the drive. Dick, Michigan is missing its best option, Karis LeVert, who's out for the 3rd straight game as he continues to battle a foot injury.
How big is he? He leads him in rebounding, he leads him in assists, and he leads him in scoring. He's an NBA player. He's got a lower leg injury. That's a major blow for John Beeline and the Wolverines.
And Allison Williams in a few minutes to give you a little more detail on that. She had a chance to speak to Karis LeVert, who has not been heard from much since that injury kept him out. Bad pass by Rashid Suleiman, the former Duke player, overshoots Carter, and it will be Michigan ball. John Beeline, as mentioned, got this team to the Final Four. Johnny Orr, Bill Frieder, Steve Fisher have more wins at Michigan. And John Beeline's continuing to move up that list and the active coaching win list as well.
He's really what you talk about, a guy that's a gamer, a coach that's coached on every level. From Nazareth to Lemoyne, you name him, he's been there.
Success at West Virginia. Mountaineers giving Kansas all they can handle tonight. Walton. Derek Walton is off. Good rebound. Strong rebound by DeMonte Dodd. Diamond Stone is the star young player for Maryland. The freshman who plays about 21 minutes a game, set to come in. Beautiful finish attempt. And Dodd cleans up the miss by Trimble.
The size inside, the physicality's been a difference here early in the game. It's really helped. 3 baskets they've scored. They've been on second shots.
And no surprise that that's an issue for this Michigan team. Not that girth inside. Saw that in their loss to Purdue.
Well, Layman's right up on Dunk. Nice fake. He got free.
Robinson.
He's like automatic, man. I was watching him in the warm-up. I got a picture with the kid. I'm like a groupie. I said, I want to take pictures with guys that can shoot threes like you. He didn't miss in that corner there.
56% three-point shooter. Double dribble by Trimble. That's called by Ted Valentine. Good early start for the Wolverines. Up 5 on the number 3 team in the country.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Hotels.com, the obvious choice for hotels. And in part by Lexus. Introducing the all-new Lexus RX and RX Hybrid.
Allison Williams.
Hey there, Mike. I spoke with Karis LeVert before the game tonight, who has been out the last 2 games with an injury they will only say is a lower leg injury. He was in really good spirits, but continues to take it day by day. This isn't an injury that necessarily requires treatment, but more time to heal. He said as of right now, he can walk pain-free, but any running, jumping aggravates the injury. There's no time frame for his return, but he does hope to rejoin the team as soon as possible. And it seems pretty obvious doctors and coaches are being really cautious with this injury and factoring in the potential implications it could have on his future. He told me, I came back here for my senior year to win games, to play in March and get my degree. But we all know there is a future to consider, and we have to be thinking what's best long-term as well.
And Allison, that's why it's been interesting to watch the wording of the injury, because he started 18 games last year, then suffered a season-ending injury to his left foot. Final play of a great comeback win in this building against Northwestern. He missed the last 14 games after that. Lehman has his pass knocked away. Still plenty of time for Maryland as it's kicked there. Well, we mentioned NBA hopes for a guy like Caris LeVert. The guys in the league going tomorrow. Indiana at Boston. And the Clippers, who are red hot, they've won 9 in a row, taking on Miami. That tightly packed Eastern Conference got 6 teams between 14 and 16 losses, including the Pacers and the Heat, both in action tomorrow night. Carter inside. Dick, this guy is one of those players who's very difficult to guard and really gives Maryland one of those extra pieces when you start talking about a team that can make a deep run in the tournament.
Well, he can play on the defensive end. He shut down Hayes, and Wisconsin, who had a great first half. Second half, shut him down to 1 for 8. And he's also very physical. You saw him post up there, use the left hand.
A 3 off the mark. It's rare to see DJ Wilson in there this quickly, but it's the second game that John Beilein's trying to get a little bit out of him. Good hustle there, and Robinson forced it. Out off of Maryland, it'll be Michigan ball.
You know, that's a concern for John Beilein. What am I going to get from my bigs? My bigs have to start to contribute on the inside to help our perimeter game. How good is that perimeter game? Think about this. They're 7th nationally shooting the 3. They've made 174 threes. They're 4th nationally in 3-point field goals made per game, 10.9, and 9th in field goal percentage, 42.6 shooting the 3. That is absolutely their savior.
Changed the game. Michigan has some great shooters. Trimble picked up that foul, and that's his first. Walton working outside on Suleiman.
Gee, you'd like to have some balance inside and outside action.
Jared Mickens going to pick up the foul as DJ Wilson went to the basket. Wilson, interesting story, redshirt freshman for Michigan at 6'10". They need some size, and Wilson got some time against the bigs from Purdue. Purdue's got a great pair of bigs. And he didn't necessarily have the best game, but he scrapped. He gave us some defense. It was a sign to the Michigan head coach. Maybe we can get a little bit more out of this kid.
Well, they got to get something on the interior, whether it be from Donnell, whether it be from him, whether it be from the kid Doyle. They got to get some size to contribute, because what it does is give you spacing for your 3-point shooters to shoot. Like right now, Duncan Robinson's going to have a tough time getting shots off the way the defense was playing him. They were right up in his face.
See that sleeve on the left knee of DJ Wilson, the 6'10" redshirt freshman from Sacramento. That's the left knee that he hurt last year. Thus he took a medical redshirt. He'll come to the bench. Ricky Doyle, sophomore, will check in for the Wolverines.
They like his potential. As he's got great work ethic, good attitude. That's half the battle. John Beilein's a teacher, too. He's a guy with teach. They're trying isolation right here.
Lehman going to work on Robinson. Double clutch, got bumped, and the foul called. So Mark Turgeon's starter will come to the line. Mark's had 4 years with Jake Lehman, and that's rare in these days. You get a guy who's a good player who's with you for 4 years. Mark's done a nice job, Dick, rebuilding this Maryland program. Has some 2 terrific recruits here in Trimble and Diamond Stone. Now they're the number 3 team in the country.
Mike, you and I were talking before the game, and I said to him how things have changed for him so quickly. Right. But about 2-3 years ago, he was really struggling. He talked about hot seat. He was on that hot seat. And then all of a sudden, addition through subtraction. Got rid of some players, had the addition of Trimble, and they had a great year last year. And now he's really got it rolling.
Free throws make it 13-9. Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman had a good game last time. A little drop inside. We had a whistle and a foul call hit up by the head as Lehman was getting that rebound. We welcome those of you who are watching West Virginia, Kansas. The Mountaineers, and we know how tough it is to play down there. Kansas loses, so they're likely to drop from number 1. Oklahoma 2, and then Maryland and Michigan State at 3 and 4. Also, by the way, number 8, Miami knocked off.
That was not a sign. Upset City tonight. Don't leave here. Could be a little surprise. These Terps are good, but the Wolverines are ready to play.
A 1-3-1 pressure from John Beilein's team. They react well. Doyle extricates it out of there. 5 turnovers for Maryland.
He changes that defense. He goes from the man to the 1-3-1. He's got to do everything really well here because this is an outstanding Maryland team.
Walton. Long on the 3. Rebound right to Abdur-Rahman for the Wolverines, who had 25 in West Lafayette on Thursday.
Abdur-Rahman's a driver, a guy that likes to attack the rim. He's got that New York City, Philadelphia, the city kind of style. Wants to take the ball to the goal. His dad, Coach at Muhlenberg's an assistant. He actually played against Trimble when he's 9 years old. He said played AAU ball against him as a kid.
Shot clock did reset on that punch back out. Mark Turgeon questioning why it reset. Abdur Rahman rattles home a three.
So when he's making the three and he's capable, that adds to his game because he's a driver and a slasher. He's got that scorer's mentality. He got to know Trimble well because he grew up in Washington, D.C. when his father was coaching at Howard. Play a man-to-man now. Came out of the 1-3-1. They're well coached, both these clubs. These two guys know how to teach. They understand shot selection, defense.
Quick spin by Stone. A lot of contact. Got the rebound and puts it in. As Doyle was guarding him inside, the basket will count. And it's a three-point play.
What about his 39-point performance he had earlier this year? Last 5 games, he's been really playing exceptionally well, averaging better than 18 a game. Started off a little slow. He got booed big time down in Wisconsin because he turned them down. A lot of people thought he'd go to Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin. That means they love you. When they boo you like that, if they don't care about you, they don't boo you.
You got to be good to get that treatment. Stone was 4 straight state titles at Dominican High School in Milwaukee. But Mark Turgeon really worked hard on the recruiting there. Diamond Stone's dad, Robert, was there in the crowd, gave his son some great advice about that game Saturday. Similar, Dick, to what you just said. They're getting on you because they're good. You're good. They wish that you were one of theirs. Urban on the miss.
Jay said one time, and I really love his comment, they don't boo nobody.
Suleiman got all the way, couldn't get under control. Pounding Walton. Good pound of the dribble by Derek Walton. And a great find of Aubrey Dawkins.
Great pass. Tremendous look by Walton. He dropped it like on a dime. And a jumper with joy. All these Wolverine fans. They're excited here tonight, Mike. They're excited. Maryland's going to have to get their A game going. They're going to have to get their A game going.
Turnover, Maryland. Timeout under 12 minutes.
Look at this pass, Mike. I mean, that's picture perfect for you young kids. And running a break, perfect. 45-degree angle. Drop it on a dime. Very good, man. Super.
West Virginia, they'll do whatever they want there. We've done a game in Morgantown. UConn lost his #1 down there. We were there many years ago. And they stormed the court. Who's the best team? Here goes #1 down. Have you seen a team that you could say they're the best?
Well, even though they've lost 2 games, I still like North Carolina. I really do. I think when they got all their pieces, they're healthy, Meeks is back, I think they're the team. I really do. They got depth, they got perimeter players, they got inside players, they got bench play. The other day they get Hicks from 20. But you know what? We don't have any great teams this year, but we have a lot of good teams, and that's going to make for an exciting run for the championship.
And it's going to make for a lot of important conference games as we go through the next month or so. Dawkins hit that dunk just a moment ago. Andrew Dockich is checked in for the Wolverines. Andrew moved it to Dawkins. Shot clock at 8. Rockman, the clock at 4. Somebody's got to shoot. Dockich got it off in time. It's a shot clock violation. And here's Allison.
Mark Turgeon telling his team during that timeout they have to start playing better. It's all about effort right now for them. They're not getting back in transition. And while they are out rebounding Michigan 9-3, not happy with just the 4 offensive boards, he said you have to go in there and actually grab the ball.
That's simple, Allison. Grab the ball. That's simple.
They have 6 misses and they got 4 offensive rebounds. That's a darn good percentage. But you understand the point. That's where they have to dominate inside. And defensive boards, they should do a great job in the Wolverines. Lehman put it on the deck. Defender waiting for him. Circle the drain, and it drops.
He got off to a real slow start this year. Had some really bad games, but he's a really multi-dimensional player. Solid veteran player, knows how to win. That's the great thing about this Maryland team. They're all about winning. They've all bought into what Mark Turgeon has taught, and they're all about playing for the name on the front of that jersey.
Of the Rockman, the clock at 8. Again, late shot clock. Good defense, indecision, and a foul. Abdur Rahman went into drive and a hop on that left leg as he got bumped, and Ted Valentine has the call on Tchaikovsky of Maryland. Dick, you'll be at that NC State North Carolina game on Saturday, and then we'll see Kansas in a bounce back mode at home, taking on TCU. Now, Allison a moment ago talked about Karis LeVert. Players in the big conferences averaging 15, 5 boards, and 5 assists. You'll see one of them in Barber of NC State on Saturday.
Well, you know, Barber's really so super quick. They have really suffered some tough losses, very similar to Wisconsin. Wisconsin's been Heartbreak Hotel. Had that heartbreaking game against Maryland. Some teams just can't seem to get over that.
Dawkins shot off. Michigan on the offensive glass once again in the reset.
Number 24, Dawkins. Pretty good number at Duke. Johnny D. It's his son, coaching Stanford.
A couple of coaches' sons on the floor right now. Andrew Dawkins as well. Lengthy pass finds Robinson. Every time he misses a three, it's almost a shot. Look at the fight. 5 on the floor. 6 on the floor.
Oh, a little dive and hustle. Hey, this is Alabama Clemson. This is Alabama Clemson. What a championship. You were there to call it on radio, Mike. You're working all kinds of hours. Look at his dive and hustler. That reminded me of last night. What a championship game. Congrats to Alabama, and certainly congrats to Clemson with their incredible tenacity.
How about Nick Saban, Dick?
Wow.
Incredible what he's built in this era of so many different teams can win 4 titles in 7 years.
I'm going to ask you a question because I know you're a football aficionado. Would you ever thought that people would be asking now, who is the greatest coach ever at Alabama? Would it be the Bear or would it be Saban?
It's unbelievable. You talk about the titles won by Bear. It's over a quarter century. Saban's one behind at titles won at Alabama in a decade.
My choice, because of the era right now, my choice, and I know I love Bear, it's Nick Saban. It's Nick Saban.
Michigan able to extend this possession. Third trip down here, and Trimble picks up the foul on Walton. So that's 2 on Trimble. Important point of this game with 9.5 until halftime.
Yeah, 2 already on him. See if Mark's got to get him out of the lineup. Yep, he's going to the bench. He's a great second-half player, though, I'll tell you that. And he does whatever it takes to win. He's one of the consummate super winners in college basketball.
That is a huge opportunity for Michigan. Now, Maryland's other players will have to keep things going. Baron Ram in there. He'll come in and play some minutes. Very solid, dependable, once walk-on, now scholarship player.
He made a great play in the NCAA tournament last year against Valparaiso defensively. He's also a terrific student. Neurobiology, I can't even say the word. He majors it.
He did very well there. Walton. No. On the glass corner. Man-sized rebound.
You know, John Beilein, if you're sitting on that sideline as a coach now, you got to be concerned. You don't want your kids to think to tremble out that you're in great, great shape. You got to still cry.
And Michigan really hustling in these loose balls. That was last touch by Maryland. It's now 7 turnovers in the first 11 minutes by Maryland, and their point guards on the bench for a good part of the rest of this half.
Hey, look at Maryland. You think about their best wins. Their best wins, certainly, they had that one loss to North Carolina, but they have some good wins. Beating Wisconsin certainly was a good win. Beat Connecticut, beat Georgetown, Rhode Island, a good Rhode Island team.
One loss to Carolina.
Michigan's searching for that one major W.
I'm going to go the other way. That's Ram. That's what he does. Get up there. Defensive pest in Walton's space, and he draws the offensive foul on the Michigan point guard.
Kids like Ram really, all right, look at that great stance defensively. Look at that great stance. Tremendous position. Good call by Teddy Valentine.
Michigan now 3.5 minutes without a field goal. No points either way, as a matter of fact, the last 3+.
Trying to double up on that post. Hart is very strong inside.
He's able to take Irvin there. It's a player I just really, more and more I watch him, Dick, I just think he's going to be a difference maker as we go through the Big Ten season.
You know, Mike, he's that kind of player. He's got that physical presence. He can shoot the ball, too. He's got range as a shooter.
Part of the Georgia Tech transfer, sat out, came back really strong upper body. Irvin got that unique-looking shot out in front of him. He knocks it down to put the Wolverines back up 4.
Mr. Indiana in basketball. Got out of the state. I'll tell you one thing, a job being done here. You don't see it in the box score. Layman defensively not allowing Robinson to get looks. I think he's got 2 shots so far. You got a guy like Robinson, there's that 1-3-1. There's that 1-3-1. They're going to trap out of it. See, they got the size up front. The bother the passes. Good size out front.
Maryland disorganized offensively, but a good find. Lehman knocks down a three. The guy taking away the threes, he can shoot them as well as anyone also.
That was a great pass right there, Mike, going away from the trap, going to what we call the zigzag maneuver. Bring the ball away from the zone trap.
Lehman has 8 of the Maryland 19.
Right there, look at Lehman. Right him, he's going to make him drive, not give him that open stance, still jumping.
Irvin off on the three. That's a guy like Robinson who's taken very few two-point attempts this year. Well, especially in this league where they're so good at scouting, Dick. He knows he's going to get defended. His game has to expand as the year goes on. Suleiman will try from deep.
Oh, he's a 50% shooter from the three. Suleiman transfer to Duke, having a solid year at Maryland. They're going to lay some screens for Robinson.
Walton fouled on the outside. Ted Valentine the call. Timeout. 6.5 to go. Maryland scored 10 of the last 14 to tighten this one up. Planning for success. It's brought to you by Northwestern Mutual. This was the end of the game on Saturday on ESPN in Madison. The three hit by Melo Trimble. There was no timeout after Wisconsin hit a three right before that. And Allison Williams, you can add more to the thinking behind keeping it on the floor.
Yeah, and Bronson Koenig, when he made that three, Melo Trimble told me he knew it was my turn to answer, and he knew the ball was going to be in his hands. So while he was trying to get a good look, he knew it was going to be a three. He felt like they're not going to call any fouls, so I'm just going to try and get it as clean a look as possible. But he did not realize he was quite that far from the basket until he saw the highlights. And how about this, guys? It was the first buzzer beater he has ever made at any level in his life. He said that is the shot everyone dreams of. And the best part, how quiet that arena got when it went in.
Tell you what, Allison, coach didn't call a timeout. He said he was thinking about his mentors. He thought about Roy Williams. He thought about Larry Brown, who he played for, how they didn't call timeouts in the end. And he really wanted Trimble to drive, except when he made the shot. He said, great shot, great shot. I wanted it all the way.
Kansas assistant after his playing days there, then Texas A&M, Wichita State, Jacksonville State. Some of the path that he has taken before taking over at Maryland, Big Ten Coach of the Year last year. Terrific season. That Wisconsin team that was so good, 28 wins. Maryland finished the runner-up in the league.
You know, tough seat also replacing Gary Williams, who was like a legend, Hall of Famer. Tough stepping into that environment. He's done a great job. He weathered a storm there, and he made himself really successful by going out, recruiting, working, and also when Mr. Trimble said, I'm coming to College Park.
You know, you get the blood rule if a player is bleeding. Right now, Duncan Robinson on those tights that he's wearing has some blood coming through, so you're going to have to deal with that before play resumes.
You know, every kid out there, if you can go to ESPN.com and go to an article written by Dana O'Neill about Duncan Robinson, it will help you. Here's a kid who was chasing a dream. No one wanted him in high school. No one. He finally gets a chance to go to Williams College. While he's there, has a terrific freshman year, but his coach says, you know, you can play at a better level. And Mike Maker, who used to be on the staff with John Beilein, orchestrated in a way the situation for John Beilein to look at him. They took him, and look at him now. He's playing in the Big Ten, playing at Michigan, and this is only the beginning of how good he's going to be.
It's by Irvin. Lehman's having a terrific first half, chases it down. Here, Robinson used that redshirt year to bulk up. John Sanderson's an outstanding strength and conditioning coach for Michigan, really helped him fill out strong core, and there's even more to build on that body as the years go on. Division III transfer to Division I scholarship player.
Some people said it's the first one to ever get a scholarship. They had walk-ons, but a scholarship might be the first.
Late shot clock, gotta go. Carter sees it, got it off in time, and hits the three. And they can do this year. Stop immediately and check yay or nay on the three. This one's going to be very, very tight. I didn't think he was going to be able to get the shot off. But Carter recognizes the clock was running down, turned to fire the three, and for the moment, Maryland has the lead.
Now, it looks like a little Hail Mary right there, but I'm going to tell you something. He can shoot the ball, Mike. He got good touch. Every he is in the corner. From our angle, it's tough to see where we're sitting.
See, it's on his fingertips there as it goes from 1 to 0. Just bring that frame back and forth. So we'll expand the video for you. and its expansion, then slide over to see the shot clock. And back to the old days, Dick. You never stopped a game for this, right?
Right, I know. Today we stopped the game for everything.
And you know it's interesting too. As players have come along in this era of replay, they've become so good at working the clock and working the sidelines in football, and you get more of these wire shots. So here's our freeze. There's the clock at 0, and we'll go back to the shooter and expand it as much as we can. And I'll be very honest with you. You at home on a nice high-definition screen have a better look, because that
what we do.
60-inch HD screen doesn't really fit courtside. But as you blow it up, it seems to be still on his fingertip. And this will go forward. It's off his fingers now.
It looks like it's off his fingers. Right?
But that's definitely at 0. So they're dealing with a wire shot and a decision over there with the 3 officials, Ted Valentine, Terry Oglesby, and John Gaffney. And you're going to look from the midcourt angle at the same situation. In the NBA, they have been able to, which will be a little bit harder in college because of the number of schools, they've added a yellow light that goes off when there's a shot clock violation, much like the red lights around the board. And that helps in these situations when you're trying to determine yay or nay on a shot. Michigan bench was trying to get the out-of-bounds call. As you see, the guy's up off the bench.
You got 2 eyes. I got 1 eye, man. I got 1 eye. It's tough for me. Count to 3.
Count to 3.
I thought it was good.
So it's 22-21. We'll give the 3 to Carter, his 11th of the year. And the Terps are back on top.
Now, right here, take a look again how Layman's right up in the face of Duncan Robinson. He's right up in his face. I switched on him right now. They switched on him.
Irvin on the drive. Wanted to travel. Robinson got free, Dick, and there, the one time Layman's not with him. What happened?
You know, that kid's going to make a living. He's going to make a living at the next level. I'm telling you why.
You think he can?
When you shoot the ball like he can shoot the ball, he can make, like Steve Novak did for years. Novak was a great shooter coming out of Marquette.
Michgan's long on the 3. Walton, who's one of the best rebounders for his size I've seen. Great spin. Missed the jet.
I tell you, when you can shoot the ball like Robinson, it hides a lot of deficiencies. He's got a terrific release. He's going to get stronger as he gets older.
Well, that's Layman free in a good rhythm tonight. It's one of the best games Jake Layman's had already. 19's his season high. He has 11, but he's doing everything. I think maybe Dick getting involved in a key defensive matchup has gotten him a heightened awareness on offense.
That's a good point right there. It's getting him really focused in the game. He seems to be moving well without the ball. They're chasing. They had him. Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on, guys. What's that, Jerry West? Is that Jerry? Was that the logo? I mean, are you kidding? He's shooting the ball like a Reggie Miller, like a Chris Mullin, like a Steve Alford, like a Curry. I'm on a shootout, him and Curry. They said he broke Willis Stauskas records in the shooting drills they have at Michigan.
Nick Stauskas, first-round pick. Michgan's got free. Rebounded by the Wolverines. Up 2 on the number 3 team. Melo Trimble on the bench in foul trouble. Robinson trying to find space for a heat check. Walton goes inside, and Layman on the hand check with the foul as we hit the under 4-minute timeout.
This kid, I'll tell you one thing, a 3's like a layup. Look at this guy right here, squares his body. He's got a great quick release, great arc, tremendous follow through. He's automatic.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Sprint.
Followed by TCU and Kansas. That's our doubleheader for you coming up to start the day Saturday on ESPN.
I can't wait to go to Chapel Hill, but all I can say to TCU, ouch.
Yeah.
Playing Kansas at the Fog after they lost.
After a loss.
Ouch.
Trimble turns the corner, got all the attention and ran from the deep. Missed the 3, rebounded by the Wolverines and Mark Donnell.
Trimble does a great job passing the ball, averages over 5 assists a game.
Trimble was out, but Maryland was able to actually take 2 points off the Michigan lead.
Look who's Trimble guarded. Look who he's guarded.
You got Robinson on the outside. Irvin had some space, and Suleiman, real complete player after all of his time in Durham. Trimble, no.
Now you got to be intelligent if you're Michigan. If you see Trimble playing Robinson, you got to go to him. You got to go to him, baby. You got to go to him. Every time he shoots, it's like a layup, Mike. It's like a layup. This kid is a born shooter who has made himself a shooter. Born in a way, but he's out there working to make himself a shooter.
Double comes on Carter. Tries to dribble all the way home, and he got there. Good play by Carter.
You know, Carter and Layman, veteran players, experienced players, making big plays here for Maryland. I like Carter. I'm like you, man. That kid is special.
Carter and Layman with 20 of the Maryland 27. Duncan Robinson, 4 of 5, shooting the 3 for the Wolverines here in this first half.
They made 7 threes already in the game.
Late shot clock, it's Irvin for 3.
We said, Mike, top of the show, the 3 ball will be the key in the game. The 3 ball, that's what Michigan's about. That's why they're one of the nation leaders in shooting the trifecta. You can live by that 3, you can also die by it. And I'm telling you right now, it's a plus for Michigan. The numbers are staggering shooting the 3.
Trimble had it poked away by Abdur Rahman. On the push, it is Walton. Robinson at the 3-point line, trying to get it. Suleiman saw it. He goes the other way. Jervin and throws it down with the right hand. Timeout, Maryland.
A 4-point turnaround. They had an easy layup, but Walton had his head down.
Timeout, Terps. Be right back. Michigan leading by 4. Many of us who are college basketball fans, especially all of us here in the Midwest, very tough day. Find out the passing of Andrew Smith, 25 years of age, suffering from cancer, and lost his battle today, Dick.
Well, not Hodgkin's lymphoma. He lost his life. His wife Samantha was with him, said he died peacefully. Just breaks your heart, Mike. Cancer flat out sucks. I've said it so many times. Try to work 24/7, raising dollars. We need everybody to unite, everybody to get together. Our research people need money, Please make donations.
Andrew, a great career at Butler for 4 years, part of that Butler team that got to the national championship. They went over to Lithuania, and when he was over there, started feeling some ill effects, wasn't feeling right, and the diagnosis comes. He goes back. Brad Stevens, who was his Butler coach, left the Celtics so he could spend a day with Andrew back late last week, as everyone knew that the end was coming. And so sad. So sad. Our thoughts and prayers to the
Samantha, the family.
Yeah, the Butler basketball family also. President Obama at his State of the Union address tonight, going on now, mentioned that he is going to put Vice President Joe Biden in charge of a nationwide initiative here to help further along, more attention to finding a cure for cancer. Of course, the Vice President lost his son, Bo, a few months ago to cancer as well.
You know, I've tried to dedicate myself to pediatrics. There's nothing worse than seeing a child have to battle that disease. Only 4 cents out of every dollar that's raised for cancer research goes for pediatrics, and that is a crime.
And you have been an all-star, a Hall of Famer in that too. God bless you, pal. Just an inspiration to many of us. What a hard hit on that drive as Donnell knocks Suleiman down. Mark Turchin cannot believe a foul wasn't called.
I can't either. I can't believe a foul was not called. Are you kidding me? Come on now, Mike. They got 1 eye. They got 6 eyes. Come on now. 3 good officials with 6 eyes. Suleiman should be at the line.
It was clean on the block. The body, though, was a no-brainer call. In any case, 16 on the shot.
Terrific first half for Michigan. Terrific first half.
Double comes. Carter was free. He's been in the lane a long time. What a block. Tremendous play by Donnell to step up. Shot clock is off.
Get a shot for Robinson. Find Robinson. Get a screen on him.
Beeline calls timeout. Again, he had to get his players to get out there and call it. And a timeout to set up a play with 17.2 to go.
Tell you one thing, I love seeing Dan Dockett's son. He's like a leader on the court. There's the block shot. Gonna say right here. A good block right there. Now they're gonna run the ball. Now here's Mr. Robinson. What a show he's putting on. Great head fake, ball fake to get free, get him some space. He's got a quick release. Great arc, nothing but nylon. NBN.
4 for 5 shooting the three-pointers, Duncan Robinson. And you said right at the beginning, Dick, because of the talent, the size of the number 3 team coming in, that's where Michigan had to have success to have a chance. And they're up 6 with a chance to add to it before halftime.
Well, they're up 6 because making, like you said, Mike, the 3 ball. These Wolverine fans love it. Hey, what a recruiting class Jim Harbaugh's got going on. Oh, they tell me he could be #1 in the nation if they get the kid from New Jersey, Gary, who's got about 4 schools. He's now the 2. Jim Harbaugh. There was no doubt. He's got that magical thing called it. Just like you. You have it. Some people have it. And you have it, and he has it.
Gary Moeller, the former Michigan coach. Jim Harbaugh's, by the way, at the State of the Union.
What?
Yeah.
And then come to see me with to see Obama, the president.
Second. They invited you. Final 5 seconds here. Irvin will take the deep 3. Rebound, tipped in. At the buzzer by Donnell.
Oh, Donnell with a big play. What a terrific half for the Wolverines. Come on, John Beeline, smile. Smile. You kids gave you a supreme effort. A supreme effort.
Knocking each other over, celebrating. It's an 8-point Maryland deficit, ties their largest halftime deficit of the season, and that tip will count. Here's Allison.
Thank you guys very much, Coach. The offense has looked good. Duncan Robinson has been hot in that first half. How do you keep it going into the second?
We got, we haven't really executed as well as we can, and we need to do more of that. And then we got to stop them defensively so we can get out and run. That's when they can't key on Duncan. They can't key on Zach, is when we can get out and run. So continue to get stopped so that we can get into a fast break.
How much did switching it up defensively help you to get those stops?
Well, and twice they hit some pretty late shots on it. Just when Trimble's not in the game, I think they're a different team, and maybe we can do some different things. So we got to get them back in foul trouble. That helped us a lot this half.
Coach Beeline, thank you.
Thank you.
And Allison, Maryland's a different team when they can't stop Michigan behind the 3-point line. Plus 15 shooting threes for the Wolverines. One reason they're up 8 is we send you to Carl Ravitch, Seth Greenberg for the Jeep Halftime Report. Super Tuesday presented by Hotels.com. Kentucky won our first game by 6 at home over Mississippi State. And Michigan trying to get a home win. It'd be a much bigger win by 8 over number 3 Maryland. Getting to the basket a couple of times. Nothing from the mid-range, but the story, 8 of 15 from 3 to take this edge over the Terps. Mike Tirico, Dick Vitale, Allison Williams back here with you in Ann Arbor. Well, you said it, Dick, at the start of the game. Michigan hits the 3, they can be in this game, and they found a way to get free and get the 3.
Well, they're right now plus 15 points from the 3. They've made 8. Maryland's made 3. And I'll tell you another key statistic. Maryland's one of the premier free throw shooting teams in America, not getting to the free throw line. They don't foul Michigan, and that is a big plus, not putting them on a line. Another big plus, Trimble was on a sideline with 2. If he gets the 3rd, that could be big and major in this game.
Here's Allison Williams.
I talked to Mark Turgeon about Melo Trimble, and he was not worried. He says he's a good player. He will get it going here in the second half. What does concern him, though, the 3-point defense, the turnovers, and the rebounds. He said we have to be better defending the 3. We have to take care of the ball, and we have to do a better job of making it difficult on them. He was pretty short at the half, a little frustrated with his team, but he did seem very calm and very direct in his message.
That's the way Mark is. Usually it's a good point, Allison. The Trimble hit the second field goal for Maryland, a minute 15 in, and then didn't score after that. Pick up that second foul at the 9.5 mark and was out for 6. And never really got back in the flow when he came into the second half.
You know, Allison, talking about it being calm. If you're not going to be calm when you're 15-1, you're in trouble. That's the best record in the history of Maryland. 3 times they were 14-1, but never 15-1.
I love the way Jake Layman is playing on both ends, showing he's much more than a 3-point shooter here tonight. 13 for Layman, already a couple over his season average.
And he's also really taking a challenge of playing Robinson. He had a couple of threes when he was not playing them. And Carter, I like Layman and Carter are giving them pluses. They're not getting a whole lot in the post, which you would expect.
Pick and pop Donnell for the 3. That is off. The rebound by Suleiman. Didn't give them much in the first half. 1 of 5 from the field.
Yeah, Suleiman was really not involved offensively other than a big dunk.
That's on Suleiman. The rule that he set the illegal screen after dishing the ball off.
You know,
his first.
Talk about great backcourts. I would say Suleiman and Trimble, the way they played all year this year, were one of my top 5 backcourts. You have to factor in also the Kansas backcourt. Despite losing today, we have a threesome. Oklahoma's backcourt. Any backcourt that has Buddy Hield in it is good for me.
What a show that was just a week ago Monday.
So they find him right away, Robinson. He doesn't get easy looks.
Abdul Rahman. This is deep.
Mike, you cannot be serious. You see where he shot that?
Yeah, I did.
That was from down at Ypsilanti, man. That was in Ypsilanti. He shot that at Eastern Michigan, not up Michigan.
Michigan's largest lead, it is 9.
He's gonna get a chance after his career to play at the next level.
That was an ISO for Robert Carter. He just went to work, and the good spacing and patience by Maryland. They didn't bring any help nearby.
You know, Carter and Lehman are giving him solid performances. They got to get Trimble a little bit involved right now. He's got to elevate his game to All-American status.
Irvin, good job to get through the screen. There is the second mid-range jumper for Michigan here tonight. Zach Irvin knocks it down. All the attention on Robinson. Irvin had a 13-point first half.
They got some big-time shooters. They really do. And that hides a lot of deficiencies that we said earlier.
John Beilein's teams, even going back to West Virginia, always shot it well. They developed shooters well. Trimble tried to draw the foul on Walton. He was off. Numbers for the Wolverines.
Oh, got a layup.
Donnell.
They beat Maryland. Out-hustled them. Out-scrapped them. Got up the floor. They're not liking this up. Bentley's down in College Park right now. I tell you, they don't like what they're seeing. I don't blame them.
Timeout coming.
He wants a timeout because he's unhappy with the way they hustle back.
Absolutely.
Mark Trojan is a fighter, a scrapper, competitor.
Tough stretch for Michigan at Purdue, Maryland at home, at Iowa. Right now up 11, Dick, early second half.
Well, I'm going to take a look right here. Look at his jumper. Look where he shot that from. That's way beyond NBA range. Duncan Robinson. Look at Zach Irvin. He kicks it out. And there's Donnell with the score on the transition. And Maryland did not get back defensively in transition.
They go to Diamond Stone inside, and he is fouled. Good call. Block happened for with the arm hit first before the block on Donnell.
They got to go inside to him a little bit more. They got to get Diamond Stone involved because Michigan doesn't have a whole lot of post defense inside to deal with his ability. I like seeing these young guys get better and better. The kid in Indiana is getting better and better as well. Thomas Bryant, Indiana playing better defensively now. Blew out Ohio State.
Good win at Assembly Hall on Sunday. Bryant was very effective. Big Ten freshman of the week. You see Stone's dad, Bob, played at Wisconsin Whitewater. His mom was a volleyball player. If you watch the Maryland games, you hear that story often. It's a young man who had that 39-point Big Ten debut against Penn State, including getting to the line 25 times. So he was able to physically dominate that game.
They had 2 big guys in the state last year, Ellenson and also Diamond Stone. A little half-court trap right here.
And Robinson missed the 3, found a clean look in an open space. As Maryland was rotating back, now they'll attack after the stop. Nick Giddens out of the corner, no on the 3. Volleyball out to Trimble. Trying to feed it inside to Stone, it deflected. But Maryland still has it, and Stone's going to work now. I feel like the aggression they came out of the timeout with, and the energy, but a good job by Donnell. Strong inside.
You can see right now Maryland's game plan is let's attack inside. Whoa, he got hit. He got hit. He got hit. That's a 4-point play. That's a 4-point play, Mike Tirico. Big Mike, that's 4, baby. The 3 ball is falling for the Wolverines. It may be freezing outside. It may be icy, but it's like on fire here at Chrysler Arena.
Foul on Stone is his first. And Derek Walton Jr. comes to the line. He's the only Michigan kid on this Wolverine roster. Class B Player of the Year, Chandler Park Academy. Think about how many hours you spent in your life going to the high schools in Detroit and recruiting players over your years at the University of Detroit.
We had some good ones too. Jerry Tyler, John Long, Terry Duran. We had some good ones, man. I wouldn't let the Wolverines come in the city. I said, Johnny Orr, you're not getting in the city. The crowd is alive at the Chrysler Center.
Up 13, Lehman. 3-ball for Jake Lehman.
What a big game he's having.
Great.
They got to get something out of Trimble. We have not seen the real Melo Trimble. I think the 2 fouls psychologically really have hurt him, made him a little tentative. He has not been aggressive.
Irvin switched off on Lehman. Walton, he's off, and Stone's on the rebound. That's a good point, Dick, because he picked up that second foul, was out of the game, and then the flow of the game kind of settled in without him. But that gets him going, those beautiful feeds.
That's a terrific look. Great vision, great feel. I love Melo Trimble when he's on his game. He's as good as any point guard around. He got a great tweet on Twitter. He said he loved it from Victor Cruz, the Giants football player. Said, flat out, the best point guard out. He said, but I really wanted one from Odell. From Odell Beckham.
Irvin is the baseline shut off. Kept his dribble alive, and one, Zach Irvin.
Nice play by Irvin. Right there, the head fake. For you young kids, the head fake squared his body to the basket. He learned that. One of the great teachers of that was U.B. Brown, your guy. U.B. used to teach that down at the 5-story camp. Look at this right here. Good head fake, square the body, lay it on the glass. Oh, U.B. liked that.
LSU, Kentucky, Kansas, a Saturday night interconference heavyweight battle at North Carolina, Louisville. It's going to really start your Super Bowl week off. The game is that Sunday. We're going to build up that week with some great college hoop games.
I can't wait to go to Duke in Miami, go down to Prime 112, get to see all the celebs down here. I went there the other day. Everybody was there. Jameis Winston was there. Alonzo Mourning, Torrey Hunter.
10-point game. Suleiman on the drive. Long arm with B.J. Wilson in there, knocked it away. But great work on the boards. Wilson, I should say. Great work on the boards by Stone. Will give him a chance for the 3-point play.
Yeah, Stone really active inside. We're going to see right now Suleiman with a strong drive, but he doesn't convert. And there's Stone keeping the ball alive, gets fouled, converts, and goes to the free throw line.
And that's what Mark Turgeon talked to Allison about earlier, that offensive board work. And he was emphasizing it in the huddle. That's what they need. That's what they should dominate the game on. And he gets it there.
Absolutely. But you know what's really impresses me about Stone? He's a good free throw shooter.
Yes.
Most big kids struggle on a free throw line. He's better than 72%.
We saw that in that big 39-point game that he had. 10 points, 7 here in the second half for Stone. Wilson got turned away, knocked away. Trimble saved it to Stone. On the run, a big fella. Finds Trimble. Chance of Maryland to climb back in. Trimble wants this one. Beautiful feed. Wilson meets him. But Stone tipped it in, and he's dominating within 5 feet.
Yeah, Stone taking over on the interior, which we talked about. You can see Mark Turgeon in one of the timeouts said, let's get the ball inside to the big guy. And Stone could dribble. What a pass by Trimble. He's got great vision. So unselfish.
10-2 run here by Maryland. Irvin got shut off. Great defense by Lehman. He wouldn't give him one peek. Late shot clock now. It's a pop out for Wilson, straight on. Brick.
They got to get some looks for Robinson. He's standing around, too stationary. Got to move without that ball.
Now Trimble has it blocked by Wilson. It ricochets to Suleiman. Good reactionary defense by Duncan Robinson. Nickens was ready to launch.
Good spacing right there by Maryland. Takes away some of the help.
Involves Stone here. The screen.
Release to the basket. Screen and roll. Dump it inside.
Nickens. Wow.
Brick City, USA right there. See, he's standing around Robinson too much. He's got to move without the ball. Too stationary. Easiest guy to guard is the guy that doesn't move.
Here's Robinson with the ball. 22. 7 attempts, all threes. He's hit 5 of them here tonight. Big part of the reason Michigan's up 5. Abdur-Rahman slammed on the brakes, stuck in the lane. Late shot clock. Walton. Abdur-Rahman in time. Shot clock violation. That's 3 shots in a row that didn't hit the rim. Well, a lot going on today. We'll have Sports Center coming up after the game. Jay Harris, Lisa Kearney will have all the scores and the highlights. Spurs and Pistons played a good game a little bit from here in Auburn Hills. LeBron and the Cavs battling Dirk, but the big story in sports tonight, the NFL owners and their meeting in Houston, and the Rams will be heading to Los Angeles
Oh,
Chargers have the option to. They'll break all that down for you coming up on SportsCenter after the game. NFL going back to Los Angeles after a lengthy drought. Trimble, good switch there. Stone inside, no baskets. A pre-shot foul on the floor on Robinson.
Tell you right now, momentum definitely has swung the side of Maryland.
And why?
Because Stone inside, absolutely. Stone on the interior, plus they've done a great job, Maryland, now taking away the 3 look from Robinson.
So because it was on the floor, it'll be out of bounds as Michigan and Maryland both sitting on 3 team fouls. Abdul Rahman comes to the bench. Fresh shot clock for the Terps. 15-1, best start ever. Stone trying to flip that one over his head, couldn't do it.
See, right now, you got to lay some screens for Robinson. You got to lay some screens for him. He can't just stand in the corner like that and expect to get shots. That was a bad shot right there. That was a bad shot.
Irvin took that early. It wasn't a clean look. Trimble, beautiful bounce to Stone. Robinson thought he had all ball. Ted Valentine has a hold foul on the outside. In the act, 2 coming for Stone.
What I like about Melo Trimble, you watch his passes, you young kids. They're all very routine, nothing fancy, simple bounce pass. Look like he got all ball right there. Special. This is special. You can't teach that size, that agility, that mobility.
19 of 25, that free throw shooting game at Penn State. 2 of 2, 3 of 3, 3 of 4 in those games right after. So, as you said, and then I jinx him, of course. Terrific free throw shooter.
Look at the Big Ten. I still think when you look at the Big Ten, so far, the team, somebody has to prove to me they could beat Michigan State when they're at full force with Denzel Valentine. No one's been able to beat him yet when he's been playing. They beat a good Kansas team. I tell you, Mike, his performance prior to his injury was as good as anyone in the nation.
They lost to Iowa, Valentine getting hurt. And for Iowa, within a span of 4 games, Michigan State a span of 5, those 2 teams will meet up again. And that is in East Lansing coming up on Thursday.
See, Robinson needs some help with a screen to get free for a shot.
Clock at 8. Veron Moran back in defending Walton. Trying to draw the foul. Didn't get it. A double clutch release. And Donnell is off on the 3. Michigan threes have not been clean, haven't been close of late.
Michigan no rhythm on offense right now.
Layman with a quick trigger triple.
Michigan needs to get really a good offensive sequence here. They've really been out of rhythm. Maryland playing a lot better defense now because they're a little bit desperate state being behind.
You look, Ram gets in that low stance, those eyes staring at the player he's guarding. Textbook stuff. Irvin, nice move inside by Irvin. And that long arm able to reach and get the layup and stop the drought for the Wolverines.
Well, he did a great job with his reverse drop step coming back to the left hand.
Into the 4-minute drought for Michigan. Suleiman on the deck. Stone steps out, smoothly knocks it down with a half for Diamond Stone, the freshman.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike, if you look his minutes, what he does per minute, it's off the charts. Remember, he splits a lot of time in there.
Plays just about 21 minutes. Stone with 12 and a half, 15 for the game.
Nice.
Robinson. That was not in rhythm at all. It was at a standstill.
No. That's his dilemma right now. He's standing in the corner without any movement whatsoever. He's got to get free, get in a rhythm, and catching the ball and shooting it.
Michigan has led most of the way, led by 8 at the break. A lead that is now down to 4, and Diamond Stone taking over this segment of the game. Inside, called for the travel, but wait.
Uh-oh.
Thought the ball may have hit the bottom of the backboard, and they're going to call jump ball instead. The possession arrow will give it to Michigan, but they'll lose the arrow. The ball hit the underneath part of the backboard before the travel. There's the turnaround this half. around the country. Dick, you talked about where you think the power is for the Big Ten. I will say it's going to be tough to win in Iowa City against the Hawkeyes. They have a really good group here this year. They play very well at home. I mentioned Iowa, Michigan State. That'll be a Thursday night game coming up in East Lansing. A lot of teams at the top there: Maryland, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan State, off to the best starts in the league.
I'll tell you one thing about them, though, what's happened in Minnesota. And Rutgers has been absolutely humiliated, embarrassed.
And Minnesota is getting crushed tonight in Lincoln. Nebraska's leading 73-37.
Wow.
Halfway through the second half. Tim Miles' team, two very much needed good efforts. That's a much needed offensive out of the timeout play, finished off by Aubrey Dawkins.
I tell you, Aubrey's got some good offensive skills. His dad was the guy that really started everything rolling for Duke University.
Great find as Michigan trapped out high. Carter able to finish, and it's a 4-point game again.
They're pounding the ball inside now, Maryland. Up to Carter, Stone. They really shut down the three. 2 for 9 here in the second half. Michigan after going 8 for 15 in the first half. Robinson getting no looks at all for a three. He's trying to post.
He's got Ram on him, so he tries to get it to post up, and Irvin had no idea what was going on. And this is a turnover, and it'll be Maryland ball. Allison Williams.
That's what Maryland wants. Solid play in the defensive end, forcing the turnover there. When they were in the huddle, it's about as lively and energetic as they have been all night. And they feel like they've gotten back in this game because they've played defense, because they've got stops. That's what Mark Turgeon told his guys. Keep guarding. Make them make tough shots.
Tell you, Iowa City also got great balance. They got 5 guys that average in double figures. This is a true team. Showing a lot of toughness right now because they were in trouble. They were down, what, 11, Mike?
Great read, Trimble on the finish to Carter. Biggest lead was 13 for Michigan 3 minutes into this second half. And Maryland, taking advantage in the paint, has cut this to 2.
Well, what Allison talked about also on one of her hits, about how they were determined to shut down the three, and they've done a great job here, taking away the three.
Ball movement was good, working inside. Donnell couldn't finish. The strength of Carter wouldn't let him set up. Last touched by Michigan. With 8:46 left, Maryland a chance to tie or take the lead. Our Wendy's Wooden Watch, a preseason top 50 candidate for that award, Mello Trimble, about this time of the game against Wisconsin. He turned it on, equaled the Badgers in scoring, had that game winner with 1.2 to go. His first game-winning shot of his career. And it's Mello time now. Trimble for 3 in the lead. Walton again. He goes up off of 2 feet, strong with the hands and gets the rebound.
He's a good rebounding guard, very strong. A good physicality. He's going to look for a shot a little more. He's a real outstanding shooter. He's too unselfish. He doesn't look for a shot enough. Shoots 52% from the 3.
Away from the ball, it's Ed Valentine. There's 3 whistles here for a call.
In 2013, they lose the title game to Louisville, Michigan. Think about it. Robinson, McGarry, Bird, Staskis, Hardaway Jr., LeVert. Think about the freshmen they had. LeVert, McGarry, Robinson, Staskis, and Albrecht. Who's here of that group? LeVert, he's on the bench injured. No McGarry, no Robinson, Staskis, or Albrecht. They will all be seniors.
That's right. You got Spike Albrecht as well, who has that hip issue. And Spike wrapping it up for the season and trying to come back from those double hip procedures done in the offseason.
Who could ever forget his performance against Louisville that first half? Unbelievable, 17.
Irvin inside. A lot of black shirts come with him. There's that defense Allison talked about. Walton's 3. They cannot hit the threes in the second half, and now Maryland another chance to tie or take the lead.
They can't win unless they make the 3, Mike.
Carter for 3 in the lead. That's another break. Layman the rebound.
Size inside.
Layman ties the game at 54. What a night for Jake Layman. Best of the season.
Well, you expect seniors. He's a guy that's a winner. A guy that's been around and made big plays. Michigan living by the 3. Not able to get the good look here. And you got to credit Maryland with that tough defense on the 3. Now they like that down at Bentley's in College Park.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Hotels.com, the obvious choice for hotels.
Dickie V, stay mellow. Stay mellow, man.
Stay mellow, baby. Stay mellow.
All tied at 54. Mr. Vitale will be with you Saturday at noon. Start our great college hoop day on Tobacco Road. NC State taking on the Tar Heels, and then Perry Ellis and Kansas, #1. They lost tonight. Will still be #1 on Saturday when they face TCU at the Fog. Of course, watch ESPN's got that and so much basketball. You can even go back and watch games too. If you got that ESPN, watch ESPN. If you wanted to go watch how Maryland beat Wisconsin back on Saturday, go back and check that out. And tonight, Jake Layman, who's started with the defense on Duncan Robinson. I know Robinson was good in the first half shooting the three, but Layman was just engaged in the game right from the start. That was his initial defensive assignment. And it's been a nice switch, too, because Mark Turgeon has put a smaller guy on the shooter, Robinson, and the variety of looks have helped keep him quieter in the second half.
Well, you know, Layman, first of all, he played Robinson. He hit a couple of threes when Layman wasn't on him. He's done a great job matching up with him here.
Where will Michigan go for offense? All even at 54. Walton tries to get inside on Ram. No. And fighting for the rebound. Donnell is fouled. Michigan's timeout a moment ago. A little more intensity there than the last few. Allison, what's going on?
Yeah, and getting to the basket, which John Beilein probably likes to see. That's something he talked about with his team. But he needs his offense to be more crisp. The spacing isn't as good when they get tired late in games, and they need to get back to working inside out and not just chucking up the threes without touching the paint first.
Well, that's a good point right there, but they also got to lay the screen and step back from the screen. Oh, they're going to tip in.
Much needed tip in. I think they will credit that to Dawkins.
They're going to 1-3-1 zone right now. 1-3-1 zone. Trouble, great vision, man. He has great vision.
What they're doing is trapping it to get it out of his hands. Get it inside, and Stone going to count it. Chance for the three-point play.
Diamond Stone, so effective. When you got that balance, post play, perimeter play, something John Beilein doesn't have. He's got a perimeter guys that can shoot the three, but he doesn't have this guy. This guy is so strong around the basket, and he's only a baby. He's only Scott Van Pelt says, I love this big guy. Oh, your former radio partner's smiling right now.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's watching. Look at the second chance points, and that's really bumped up here as we've gone through this second half. And Maryland, led by his son, that's Mr. Stone, watching Diamond put the Terps on top by 1. 6:44 to go. Walton moved inside. Good drop. Basket in the bucket for Donnell.
Nice creation there by Walton with the penetration and drive. Dumping it off to Donnell, and Donnell scored. He had 26 earlier this week. There it is right there. Donnell around the basket. Nice score on the inside. But a nice pass by Walton. And that's what Michigan needs. They got to get some of their bigs to put points on the board. Same with Kentucky. Kentucky's got to get their bigs to score. You got to have balance. And that's why Maryland's so good.
Three-point play. Michigan by 2. You mentioned the 26 against Illinois. That was one that opened a lot of eyes. And maybe Donnell can be that much-needed interior presence. It's tough to do against teams like Purdue and Maryland because of their size.
What about a tip of the hat to Illinois beating Purdue the way they did at home?
Rams going to take that three well off. Suleiman trying to chase it down on the sideline. 4 touch it. Walton comes away with it for Michigan. 4-on-4.
I look at quickness of Walton.
There's Robinson, corner 3.
He finally got an open look. He was shocked. He was shocked. He finally got an open look. Can't believe it. He said, I can't believe I missed that. He had an open look.
Slacker, he's now 5 of 9 shooting threes.
He went bananas, they said, when he was offered the scholarship by John Beilein.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to ask him to be a walk-on. And then he was offered one by Davidson and Creighton.
Michigan has missed its last 7 threes. Remember, they were 8 of 15 shooting the 3 in the first half. They're trying to trap Trimble, get the ball out of his hands, force him to turn it over, as he does there.
Stepped out of bounds. Can Michigan hang on and get their first big-time win over a top-5 team in a long time?
Dick, all the good teams they've played this year, they lost to Xavier by 16. UConn by 14. SMU cleaned them out by 24 down in Texas and lost at Purdue last time out by 17.
John Beilein told us SMU's the best team they have faced.
Abdul Rockman, Stone comes over, blocks it and keeps it in play.
What a terrific defensive play by Stone, rotating over, giving help.
This is what they do here on Trimble.
This is usually Trimble time right now. Last 5 minutes. He wants the ball in his hands.
rotating, and they left Suleiman free. He has had a poor outside shooting game.
Yeah, Suleiman's not been strong at all here today, and he's shot the ball so well coming in here, 50% shooting the three.
Maryland's missed its last 8 threes. Robinson, he can go get a 2.
Robinson showed he can drive with the basketball. I'm more than a three-point shooter. Look at that bench from Michigan. They're jubilant. Oh, this place is electric. It's 10 degrees outside. It's 90 inside. Man-to-man defense. They're playing off him a little bit here. He's going to hit the screen. He's going to get over the top. He got over the top.
They sent him left. Contact, Donnell out of bounds off of Michigan with 4 to shoot. They've done a nice job, variety of looks. 1-3-1 trap. Get the ball out of his hands. There, they sent him left. Spike Albrecht.
Look at
the
Spike.
reaction.
Oh, he's going wild, Spike. Almost as wild as he went when he was tweeting he wanted to meet Kate Upton.
That's right.
Had no shot with Verlander. The paycheck's a little different.
A reference to the tweet sent out at the Final Four when he had that great first half. And Justin Verlander, the outstanding Tigers pitcher. 4 on the shot. Inbounds inside. Stone powers it home.
He is really unstoppable inside. They got no answer for him down in the low box. Almost every possession, he's going to touch the rock inside.
20 and 10.
Michigan is due to make a three. They have been ice cold from the three here in the second half.
Walton's man fell down, but the recovery by Maryland forced the turnover. Tire take here, and Layman ran to the line. Trimble's waiting for it. Great ball movement. But no shot. Carter missed it. 4 minutes to go.
Did everything right except make a shot. Did a tremendous job moving that ball, reversing it. I like the ball in the hands of Walton. Walton understands how to play. Cerebral. He's got good IQ. Had an ankle injury, missed 3 games this year, missed most of last year with a foot injury.
Step back take. Walton. Got him. They're going to review that. Called the 3 on the floor.
I like him. I'll tell you, Walton is solid.
So they're going to go take a look to review it right here. And as they do that, with 3:33 to go, we'll get the under 4 official timeout. They want to take a look at that right away. Was it a 3 or a 2 with the toe on the tape? It was Walton clean on the step back. It'll be a 3. Michigan will be up 5 when we come back.
Oh, that's
the final 3:33 here in Ann Arbor. Big ticket freshman for the Terps, Diamond Stone. One of the reasons they're number 3 in the country. One of the reasons they are in the game here in the second half.
He's a solid goal, man. That Diamond is for real. He is unbelievable. Little medium range jump shot. It's so effective. You got to credit certainly Mark Turgeon. He, during one of the timeouts, said we're going to go inside to the big guy, get the ball inside. And his teammates are bringing it to him, and he's delivering.
Confirmation at the break. That was a 3 that we showed you before the commercial. The Michigan lead is 5. Layman's been hot, working on Irvin.
Layman wants to come across the lane. There he is, right across the lane.
He missed. Walton comes down, gets another defensive rebound.
He's a tough kid. Played for his father on a high school level down there in Detroit, the Motor City.
Dick, he has the most defensive rebounds in the game.
Unbelievable.
The guy's 6'1". 7 defensive rebounds. Irvin a 3. Got him all!
That's a big-time 3 right there. That's an Uncle Mo, baby. That's a momentum builder. He got the great look right at the top of the circle.
And look at Walton with the look at Melo Trimble saying, come on, bring it on. He's digging in for defense. The number is 8 with 2:40. Suleiman, who has been ice cold, hits just the second 3 of the half for Maryland. Much needed for the Terps.
Well, veteran players stepping up, shooting 50% from the 3 coming into this game. This is some upset night tonight in college hoops. Kansas went down. Iowa State getting really beaten by Texas. I don't know what the final is, but they were getting beat.
Shot clock at 6. Walton.
He's making big plays, Mike. Tonight he's a PTP. He's a prime-time performer. The lights are on, the big stage. Mike Tirico's in the house, and he's rising. He's rising.
2 to go. 7-point lead. Suleiman a find. This is big for Lehman. No! Rebound Walton. Defensive glass again.
3 times in a row. Can you believe that? 6'1". He wants it. And he wants this W, and so does Mr. Beeline. This will be their first major W. All I can simply say, how good is SMU to beat them by better than 20? Larry Brown can flat out coach, and I feel bad for those kids. Kennedy and Moore and them.
Block at 7, Walton.
Not going to play in a tournament.
Walton deep 3. No. Lehman the board.
Didn't get the shot they want.
5 on 4. Suleiman will jack and knock it down. Timeout, Maryland. That is a big swing there. Michigan got a poor shot, up 7. And Suleiman, after an ice-cold half, he had no baskets, no points, hits 2 threes here in that stretch to keep Maryland in it. Let's go over to Allison.
Well, how will Michigan close out and finish the game? That has been their focus this week after that Purdue loss, when Purdue finished 21-10 to close out the game. John Beeline in practice this week put 6 minutes on the clock, and he had his guys focus on how they need to play at the end of halves, valuing every possession on offense and defense, and stay mentally and physically tough down the stretch.
Allison, it's one of those things. Do you learn from your losses? That's the greatest teaching tool that you have, Dick. And sometimes when you're a Michigan team that doesn't have everybody available without their top player in Caris LeVert, they get tired at the end of games. John Beeline talked to us about that as we were getting ready for the game tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. But right now, again, such a superb performance from a leader when you talk about Walton. Walton has been a real general on the floor. He's rebounded, as you said, Mike, on a defensive glass. He's made some big shots. That was a bad shot there, but he's done a solid job. And defensively, he's done a good job. Melo Trimble has not been an All-American tonight. Has not been an All-American. He's been ordinary and showing that he's normal.
Pressure picked up. Walton, 5 to get it across midcourt. Abdur Rahman will take care of it.
Both these teams, good free throw shooting teams. So going to the free throw line could be a big plus. Taking time off the clock. Shot selection so big here.
Irvin thought he had a space. He got bumped by Suleiman. It's a pre-shot foul on the floor. But Maryland, it'll be their 7th team foul. And will bring a 1-and-1 and bring Zach Irvin to the free throw line. And he shoots him very infrequently.
Tell you one thing, really a key here tonight has been the ability of Michigan, who does a good job with that, not putting people on a free throw line, because Maryland's an outstanding free throw shooting team.
Michigan, usually one of the fewest fouls committed by any team. Irvin, 3 of 5 tonight, missed that front end. He's only been to the line 14 times this year coming in. So Suleiman down 4, 44 seconds left. He's the hot man. Finds Stone inside. Stone foul.
He got fouled. Big possession right here. He's got to convert these on the line.
That's 4 on Donnell.
Solon really played well here in the last 3-4 minutes.
Stone fouled in the act, so he'll get 2. Wisconsin missed some key free throws up in Madison on Saturday.
You know, Maryland got out of there with a big W. On the road now here in Ann Arbor. Can they win 2 in a row like that? They were able to pull it out. 1.2 seconds when Trimble hit that big 3.
And before that first free throw, Mark Turgeon looked at his team. Get a stop, no fouls. Solid defense, simple messaging.
They're going to get the ball back, too. They'll get the ball back.
The lead is 2.
I love the way he shoots free throws, that kid. Good focus, good concentration. And here it is. Got to watch out for a turnover. They're going to a trap and laying it up like a...
Feathered ahead to Robinson, so they've broken midcourt. Turgeon clearly telling his guys, no fouls. Ram up there defending Walton.
Spread the court out, put the ball in Walton's hands. Got to have good spacing here.
Wouldn't let him turn the corner. 9.5-second difference. Game and shot clock. Walton, great dribble to the basket. Shot no good. Rebound inside. Robinson has it. He's in trouble. Janelle, I should say, is in trouble, and a timeout was called by Walton. Again, it was live ball, so the players have to call the timeout.
Not the coaches. That's a new rule this year.
Walton was by the bench, Donnell was in there fighting. He nearly stepped out. He nearly traveled. He also nearly got fouled. Whole lot going on there. Put the ball down there and then came to a jump stop. Wow.
Wow.
But the timeout was called before that.
Yeah, timeout called before the foul. Prior to the foul. Well, free throw's big here now.
14.6 to go. And it'll be Michigan ball on the baseline. And not off a make, so they can't travel, but in a very small 3-foot area. People often think you have to maintain a pivot foot and inbounds in these situations. You have a very small area that you must remain in, but it's not that specific. You must keep a pivot foot on these baseline inbounds.
Well, you know, some situations also, we had it in the game with Kansas and Oklahoma. People are screaming about a technical foul late in the game. Well, let me tell you, it's no technical. If you go across the plane, you got to really slap the ball out of the offensive player's hands for it to be a technical. But the ref should have asked in that case for 3 feet.
Irvin looking to trigger. 14.6 left. Michigan does have a timeout. They get it to Donnell, and he'll come to the line. 16 of 24 on the season before tonight. And he's made one. Suleiman committed the foul. It's his third, and we'll have 1-and-1 at the line here. With a 2-point Michigan lead, 14 seconds to go.
Well, he makes 2 here. It is major. Major. You'd have to go to Harvard and figure out up 4. 14 seconds is better than being up 2 or 3.
Michigan led by 7 with 1:16 to go. Maryland scored the last 5. Michigan's also missed the front end of a 1-and-1.
Key for Maryland so far is they got to get that ball in Trimble's hands and run it up the court as quickly as they can.
A huge first free throw. Now a 3-point game. It's the whole question of if this is no good, do you foul, depending on how much time Maryland has when they get in shooting position.
I've been screaming about that. Syracuse didn't foul in the game against Clemson and it hurt him.
Well, that's off, and you're in that mode now.
I would let him shoot a 3. I would not let him shoot the 3.
Suleiman dribbling hard.
Step back
take. Suleiman, no rebound. Robinson, and Michigan is going to win.
Celebration time. A big win. A big win for John Beilein of Michigan to get their first major win over a top 5 team at home. The last time 5 team they beat was Duke here, I believe in 2008. Duke was number 4 in the nation. I'm glad the students didn't rush the court. I'm glad they didn't rush the court, because we're going to have a major injury and somebody's going to get hurt. I salute Michigan for keeping the fans basically in the stands and not rushing the court.
Here's the final shot of the game. Suleiman, who was hot late, had the look. Great defense in terms of presence by Donnell. Robinson got the rebound. Melo Trimble, the star for Maryland, scored in the first minute of the game. He didn't score after that. Only 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting. Balanced night for Michigan. Multiple players, double figures. 3 of them led by Zach Irvin's 22. Michigan upsets Maryland 70-67. With Dick Vitale and Allison Williams, Mike Tirico. So long from Ann Arbor, and off we go to SportsCenter.